Hello students, it's Parenthetical. How are you? Happy Friday. We've made it through the week. Congratulations, you should be very proud of yourself. Pretzel says hello, my little snake. Look, he's out of his little cage.
Pretzel, we love you. We miss you so much. You're so great. Oh.
Okay. We think you're so special. We do. Snakes are special, important parts of our lives, guys. That's just a fact. That's a fact, dude. Okay, so what are we doing today? It's Friday. Friday fun day. But we still have to turn in assignments. So what I thought today, to help you guys out, no Iliad reading for 8th grade. Doesn't really affect 7th grade. But today we need to focus on getting our newsletters completely fine-tuned, making sure that there's no glaring errors, and it's as perfect as it can be. So I want you guys today, after you watch this video, I want you to please send me an email if you have any questions or need any help at all. I really am here for you, and I'd be happy to help you guys out. So please, if you're watching this and it's Friday morning, which it should be, you need to get a hold of me because I'm here for you and I want you to succeed as a writer. So please get a hold of me if you have any questions. I'm going to tell you right now a couple things that I immediately look for in writing that kind of put a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, ugh, don't like that. I'll just give you a couple things to look for when you're going through your writing and you're rereading your article and making sure that it's free of mistakes. I'll tell you what you can look for. It's the same stuff I look for when I'm reading through them. Let's go through it, okay? The number one thing I look at when I just look at the document, I say, are there please paragraph breaks? If it's just a giant wall of text, I'm gonna pull my hair out. I can't. It's like you look at it, you're like, it's like looking at it's like watching a horror movie. Please break up your articles into paragraphs that make sense, right? The paragraph should be about one particular theme. That's why we use paragraphs to help separate information, right? Separating ideas. The paragraph thing, if you don't have paragraphs, it's the equivalent of having a run-on sentence. It looks like a run-on sentence, just a giant version of that. So paragraphs. You can make sure that you have paragraph breaks appropriately in your articles. The other thing I look for, I look immediately for capitalization. If I see that titles are not capitalized, I'm like, no. I can't stand titles not being capitalized appropriately. I can't stand when, basic proper nouns are not capitalized. It takes a second just to look through. Like, oh, I accidentally didn't capitalize the Iliad. Oh, I forgot to capitalize Roosevelt. I'm totally happy to help you with that. That's what I'm here for. So capitalization, glaring errors in capitalization will result in Mr. Pettigo not being happy and will result in you guys having a difficult time trying to play catch up and revise this stuff. So take your time with it, capitalization. Thirdly, is comma usage. I'm just like, commas are people misuse commas all the time. And last week, one of the videos I talked about like basic use of commas, like simple stuff that we should all know and all be using in our writing. So right off the bat, where I see commas misused the most is in like introductory phrases or words. So if you opened up a sentence saying, therefore I went to the store. Therefore is an introductory word. It's introducing the sentence. That's what introductory means. It's not necessary for therefore to be in that sentence. You could say, I went to the store. But the reason you said therefore is because you're probably tying in I went to the store with a previous sentence. Like, I ran out of groceries by Friday, period. Therefore, I went to the store. It's tying those two thoughts in with each other to make for more flowing, complex writing, but therefore needs to have a comma after it. That's an example of an introductory word. A phrase would be like an introductory phrase would be something like, because I, After I went to the movie, no, that's not a good one. Introductory phrase. I gotta find one. Oh, there's one right here. I'm sorry. Goodness, I need to prepare for these things a little bit more. Oh, in retrospect. That means like, looking back on something. In retrospect, it's odd how little power the farmer had over us, right? It's a phrase that kind of introduces that we're not looking at this when it happened. We're looking at it back. We're looking in retrospect. Sorry about that, guys. My bad. But yeah, that stuff needs to have a comma after. In retrospect, comma, blah, blah, blah. Another really simple way to use commas, I see people mess up on it a lot, is the use of parenthetical commas. And you guys should know this from the video I did last week, that parenthetical commas basically are serving the same purpose as parentheses, except you're not using those nasty parentheses, you're using commas. You would say, my example from last week where I said bluegrass, comma, a very popular musical genre, comma, is one of my favorite things to listen to. You use the commas like parentheses. They call it parenthetical use of commas, which is basically you're adding more information to the sentence that isn't necessary for the sentence to make sense. Like you could say, bluegrass is something I really enjoy listening to. You don't need to say bluegrass, comma, a popular genre of music, comma, is something I enjoy listening to. But it helps add information and it helps make for more complex flowing writing. So those are the three I'll leave you with. Titles, paragraphs, commas. Please make sure that your work is free of that. And I'll be happy to help in any way I can today. Happy Friday. Love you guys so much. Appreciate the excellent effort. Also, remember, when we're rereading our articles, you got to make sure, does it make sense? Does it flow? Does it have a point that is clear from the beginning and that we get to at the end? It needs to. I'll be happy to help. You guys take care. See you soon.